Again, my name is Derek Smith. I'm a co-founder and the interim CEO for Navigo. And I'm going to show you our business intelligence platform that we've been working on for a few years. I want to show you that by telling you a story about one of our customers. We have recently, there was a multi-billion-dollar oil and gas company that started a business intelligence project. Now, they knew that the most important part of that project was to make sure that the data was consistent and that it was correct when they put it into their data warehouse to analyze it. They had this problem where the well information that they were trying to track lived in many different systems. This is pretty common to any businesses. There are the ERPs out there, but they don't solve all the problems. You usually end up having a sales related system, accounting, any other types of Excel files. Everything lives in spreadsheets. So the challenge is to get that data about that well and bring it together so they can analyze it. The other challenge that they had is they wanted to, once that data was cleansed and in the middle there, they wanted to push it back out to each of the systems to keep everything in sync. They tried implementing this with Microsoft SQL Server master data services, and they had a team of about, there was another contract vendor that had about 50 people in total working on this. We were brought in later in the project, just myself and Navigo, and in a month and a half they scrapped the entire MDS project and switched to Navigo. And Navigo's been running there for a few months now. To show you just a little difference, what we did is we came in and took our piece, Navigo, the platform, put it in the middle. It's a hybrid model. It can run on-premise in the cloud. We gather the data from all the different systems. We bring it together in the middle. They are instantly able to see that data in all the systems from one screen. They look at that data. They can also see if it's out of sync in a system, and they can immediately, with the push of a button, update that source system. It actually happens automatically as well. So as data comes in, it will determine if it's out of sync with the master, and if it is, it'll automatically update itself. This happens in real time. These things are happening in, at the most, about 30 seconds. Real time that goes all the way through. As soon as it hits the source system, it's going through our system. Part of the reason that they chose our system is because it did not require a whole slew of servers. In fact, this whole system is running on one server that has 8 gig of memory. Now, we're not, the SQL server is separate, but the whole platform, other than the data storage, is on one server. The synchronization piece is a little client that can live in the network or across the internet. So again, in about a month and a half, we were able to implement and exceed what they had tried to do for 6 months with Microsoft's master data services. Now, our product is not oil and gas specific. This data can work with anything. We currently have retail clients, as well as there's Shoreline Fruit in town here is utilizing our platform to track their data all the way across from the grower all the way to the final product. But that's interesting on how the data kind of moves through the system, and that's not really visual because that's all happening behind the scenes. This is, when the programmers go away for 6 months and say, look at this cool thing I built, and you show it to the customer, and they're like, well, I can't see it. It's code. I don't want to see code. We have a visualization engine that we also use to give you visualizations into the data. And these are configurable dashboards per user. It's all using HTML5 technology. There you see our mobile view here. It's totally responsive, works great on mobile devices. So once that data, again, is all brought to the middle, we can synchronize it to all the different places, but we also have it all in one spot to do analysis on it. We have an end-to-end business intelligence engine that if you are a smaller to medium-sized business and you don't want to incur the cost of like a SQL Server analysis services implementation, we can provide the whole end-to-end solution. We also integrate and put this dashboard on top of analysis services. So you can use our system to keep your data in check, feed it into analysis services, and then again use it to visualize it as well. The last 8 months for the company have been really exciting. For a number of years, our sister company SafetyNet is where Navigo lived, and we spent a number of years there developing it, doing our beta projects and getting some new customers. We spun it off 8 months ago into its own company. We signed the oil and gas company, Brightburn. That project was a $25 million integration project, which we are now we're basically the center of that whole project, all the data flowing. As a result of that, out of Oklahoma, there was a oil and gas consulting firm that OEM'd our product for their flagship solution. And they're now delivering EnerHub, which is what they call it, is actually powered by Navigo. And lastly, we've seen, in the last 8 months, 400% in revenue growth.